You've seen the panel control before, although there hasn't been a lesson dedicated to it. Panel controls are perfect for splitting your page into areas that can be selectively shown and hidden using the visible property. The placeholder control is much lesser known, but very similar to the panel control. Placeholder controls are used to reserve a space on the page where controls can be added using C# code. In this lesson, you will use the panel and placeholder controls and see the difference between them. To begin, open the Forest Walks project from your Sample Files folder. This is a relatively simple site that displays information and pictures about forest walks. Now open dreamfalls.aspx in Design View. And add a panel control to the page. The panel control can be found in the Standard category of the toolbox. When you create a panel control, it appears in Design View as an empty box. You can add controls inside a panel control by simply dragging them inside it. Using panel controls in this way makes it very easy to split your pages into sections. You can then use the visible property of your panel controls to show and hide different parts of the page. Set the ID property of your new panel control to Panel First Image. Next, add a placeholder control to the page. You should also find the placeholder in the Standard category of the toolbox. After adding your placeholder, switch to Source View and make sure that it is not nested inside the panel control. Then switch back to Design View and set the ID property of your new placeholder to Placeholder Second Image. Now open the code behind file of dreamfalls.aspx. Then add the following code to the page load event handler to create a new image control. Image first image equals new image first image dot image URL equals ~/images /dreamfalls.jpg. Note that the image class is the same as the image control that is available from the toolbox. Now add the following code on the next line to create a second image control. Image second image equals new image second image dot image URL equals ~/images /dreamfalls2.jpg. Now add the following code on the next line to place the first image control inside the panel first image control. Panel first image dot controls dot add first image. The controls property allows you to easily add controls to a panel control. You can also use the page.controls property to add controls directly to a page. You did this in Lesson 5.3. Finally, add the following code to place the second image control inside the placeholder second image control. Placeholder second image dot controls dot add second image. Now you're going to test your code and see the difference between the panel and placeholder controls. View dreamfalls.aspx in your web browser. The two images appear on the page as expected. Now view the page's HTML code. To do this in Internet Explorer, right-click the page and click View Source from the shortcut menu. As you can see, the only difference between the panel and placeholder controls is that the panel control places its contents inside an HTML div tag. Because the panel control creates a div tag, it can offer many formatting options that are not available to the placeholder control. The placeholder control never adds any additional code to its contents. Although the two controls are almost functionally identical, the panel control is easier to work with in design view, so it's a better choice to separate your pages into sections. The placeholder control is a better choice when adding controls to the page using C# code, as you did in this lesson. Close your web browser now, and close Visual Studio. You've now completed Lesson 7.1. Use the panel and placeholder controls.